everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we got news, some very important news. So, a couple of days ago, we didn't do a video on it, but Virginia was more in the likes of going Democrat. You'll see Kamala Harris has gained 7.12%, and ever since then, we've been seeing a lot of projections, either it being likely Democrat or solid Democrat. It used to be the state was going to be somewhat competitive, but now it apparently looks like it's solid blue. Or is it? So, yeah, you'll see September 16th actually a lot of polls be dropped. Well, actually no, these are the September 9th to the 18th. There was a poll that showed Kamala Harris defeating Trump by like 7, what it looks like. But there was another poll that didn't get registered in, and it clearly shows Kamala Harris beating Trump by 2. And not to mention another poll that didn't get registered right here shows Kamala Harris defeating Trump by 1. And that poll did include RFK, which is very, in other words, extremely interesting. So honestly, Virginia, it looks like, is going to be back into play. These two polls should be registered in. Let's see if Real Clear has it in. Otherwise, I'm not expecting at all for the said well, I'm not expecting the said polls to be added in here said today, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at this said college. Yeah, it's being super slow. Okay, we're going to look at Virginia. So, Virginia here, it clearly shows here a 4.5 advantage. You'll see this is the poll that was released in favor for Donald Trump. However, as you should know, Harris wins by 2, but this is extremely good. And to be honest, most polls between Harris and Trump have been close, except for the Morning Consult poll, and we are familiar with Morning Consult, are we not? Morning Consult and the BS, absolutely. They would release another poll, so it does really does speak volume that, you know what, you have Morning Consult releasing a poll that clearly shows, in this case, Kamala Harris being favored. And then again, it's Virginia, okay? It's Virginia. But then again, that doesn't mean and now it's at 4.5. So they need to update this said, what's it called? Yeah, they need to update the average, not to mention the national multi-candidate race also. So, yes. Yeah, and this doesn't include, you'll see Harris has her said silly lead still, but I want to know Virginia. Where's this is betting odds. But yes, regardless, Harris won the poll mainly when it came to a multi-candidate race, when it comes to the said election. So we're gonna go and jump and predict a 7-point. That's what it's looking like right now. A 7-point win for Democrats, and what that's probably going to look like. Now, going a couple elections later, this is 2016, and you'll see, Hillary Clinton won 5.32% of the popular vote. And what I think it's going to look like in this case, we got to kind of go back and forth here. But because I have a mixed feeling of what it's going to look like. So obviously Harris gains more until this poll is registered into the Wikipedia average, and then it tells us what to expect from Virginia going forward. So we're going to go ahead and put Harris down, and then we'll put down Trump. And we'll go from there. So 2020 showed us that Joe Biden won the state of Virginia by 10 points, which would be likely blue, as you can see here. So this is what it's looking like. And going down to the county results, we can see here, margin wise, that there will be some counties that we will be flipping. For instance, Lynchburg is a longtime Republican city that did vote in favor for Joe Biden in 2020 by 2.61. I want to believe that city is definitely in favor for Donald Trump this year. Same deal with Stafford. So we'll go ahead and call Stafford, Virginia uh, for Trump, and then James City County, which voted in favor for Biden by 4.84%. That's on the outskirts of Williamsburg, I want to believe. So yes, these three counties, which were in the margin of 5, are going to probably go to Trump if we crank the notch down to like 3 percentage points. Who knows? But now I have a feeling that Virginia Beach is going to be a little bit hard to predict. Same deal with Chesterfield, which is right here. Yes, it is a big, bold, populated county of 364,548 people. And part of that, like largest community, it's hard to say because this is a pretty urban county influenced by Richfield, which is right here. What is it, Richfield? Richmond, whatever, Richmond, Virginia. But yes, it's a big city influenced by that. So Virginia Beach, pretty tossed up. It did make a bold shift to the left, as you can see. It's mainly this county, and this county. They made their shifts to the left. So that does make me like, what are we going to expect here? So, yeah, I would say play around with, let's just say, Chesterfield and Virginia Beach as of right now. There's also Chesapeake, Virginia. And let's just say these counties go for Trump. Virginia Beach, which is the biggest city in Virginia. Virginia Beach, Prince Edward County, which voted for Clinton. There's Montgomery. Montgomery County voted for Clinton. Chesapeake, I believe, was carried by Trump by a little bit. Of course, Chesterfield County, Surrey County was carried. Then there was Radford, Staunton. Now these counties in light, I would say light red, are the counties that Trump carried. So Trump carried 6 counties that Biden ended up flipping in 2020. The question is, will he be able to carry these counties? We said for sure Lynchburg. Stafford and St. James City County. But we are not so sure about these said counties, and this is what I am thinking as of right now. That this county or these counties over here will most likely go in favor for Kamala Harris, according to recent poll results. Why am I making this decision? Well, um, reason why I'm making this decision is first off, this is a Harris plus 7 said state, allegedly a Harris plus 7. But we'll see if there's more interesting poll results coming out. It might be actually a very close race, but this is what it's looking like. All right, what about this county right here? I have a feeling it will go for Trump. What's it called? I wonder if there's a clickable map for Virginia. Uh, oh, here we go. So we're actually looking at, let's see. Yes, Northampton County. And this county voted for Biden by around 10. And it does have a lot of Democrats. I am not sure, honestly. This has been a long time Democrat stronghold. Um, should I give it to said Trump? I am not sure. It's not a urban county, but let's give it for Harris as of right now. But this is what I think it's going to look like if Harris is going to win Virginia by a 7-pointer. Go ahead and color in the cities. And we'll color in these suburban areas. There we go. Fairfax County. And that's the thing. Trump needs to get more votes in Fairfax. I mean, it would be great if he went to Alexandria or something like that. But you never know. Yeah, Fairfax County is how Youngkin won. Just take enough votes from Fairfax, Richmond, Virginia, as well as Virginia Beach, and all those said important, very important cities. So we're gonna go ahead and continue to color in these cities. I mean counties. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm kind of thinking it's gonna look like. Nothing really big. Well, actually, hang on. There's one mistake I made. This county right here goes to Trump. 91 counties for Donald Trump. 42 counties for Kamala Harris in the state of Virginia. So that is Virginia. And believe it or not, this is not the end of our video because we also got a second groundbreaking result of news. And that's specifically coming from the state of Nebraska. And the possibilities of gaining an electoral vote for Trump is high. And a lot of people are like, it's just one electoral vote. Well, I'll tell you this. This is what could potentially happen if Trump were to gain the second congressional district, and meaning Nebraska would be electing, uh, awarding its 5 electoral votes at large instead of by district, which I think overall that's more preferable. I mean, we've started this so-called system since, I don't know, the 90s. I believe it was the 80s. I don't know, where Maine was the first state to uh, split its state up into 2 congressional districts. But let's go ahead and uh, play around in the idea that Trump will be carrying Omaha. This is what would happen, and we're going to go ahead and keep the undecided states um, undecided. But this is what supposedly it would look like. All right. Okay, 94 electoral votes up for grabs. This is what happens. All right, you'll see Harris has one electoral vote higher than Trump, and I'll be like, okay, what uh is the point and deal here if we were to get uh the second congressional district of said Nebraska? Let's go ahead. I'm going to obviously call North Dakota, North Carolina, and Georgia. Like I said, these are the states that I think, out of the swing states that are undecided states, Donald Trump's going to enjoy the easiest time of picking up. Of course, then Virginia, I mean, Arizona. And then, as you should know, Donald Trump just needs 5 electoral votes to go in order to win the said White House. Now, he could go and win, just pick up Nevada, and then boom, he wins. And in case things go horribly wrong in like Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, uh, where that labor union vote was just a hoax. If that ever happened, you would see, oh, look at that, it doesn't matter. As before, we really needed, like, let's see, could have we? I think we would could have won without a Rust Belt state. Let's see. Yeah, we still would have won, but it does really come in handy. And the Nebraska legislature, dominated by Republicans, did not really consider this and take this really seriously. If you remember back earlier in the year, Nebraska had a huge opportunity, and they decided to just bypass it. And that obviously was a horrible idea. They thought, you know what, Trump's going to win anyway. Let's talk about this at the end of the election. But now, seeing that this race is going to be more competitive, you'll see that, you know what? Shoot, we might need to consider giving the second district in favor for Republicans here. Give the second district in favor for Donald Trump for sure, by making Nebraska at large. And honestly, in my opinion, that's what I think every state should be. Elect their electoral votes, or give the electoral votes at large. You won the state, for crying out loud. You get the votes. So yes, this is what I think honestly would look like. Uh, but yeah, just one electoral vote makes a huge difference. It sounds very silly, but imagine if we didn't have that electoral vote. What could happen? Not much really happens. Uh, it's still in play. Let's see. It's still in play. But you risk Donald Trump just winning by 270. Of course, this is a legitimate win for him. But that is only if we win in Nevada, Arizona. Like, we have to make sure everything goes right. But yeah. And then again, knowing Nevada, it is a state that voted Democrat by 2%. So I don't like to get my hopes up on Nevada. Even though I do think, you know what, voters are mobilized and motivated by the economy. Realistically, I think they would go for Trump. But then again, I'm not really going to get my hopes up and going to count on that for sure. So yes, that's how it does really help Republicans. So what's the second congressional district? And it's important to note that Nebraska's second congressional district did vote for Biden by a lot. It's true, it did vote for Biden by like over 5 points. 97.86% urban. But as you can see, the second district is a Republican held district. In fact, Republicans mainly held this district um, from a majority of time. You'll see Don Bacon, who represents the district, was elected first in 2016. Okay, just by a little bit. Reelected in 2020. Then he was reelected here in 2020. Like I said, 2022, and back again in 2024. I think realistically he enjoys a great chance of getting reelected, despite the polls mainly in favor for Vargas. But this who knows? It's going to mainly be a toss up. But yeah, I mean, the deal is Republicans can win in a federal office. I think we can win it in it also. Presidential election wise, let's see, does it have presidential election history? Okay, yeah, it does. So yeah, it only voted twice for Democrats as this district was said created to as a part of the Electoral College. One in 2008, you'll see Obama barely won this district by one against John McCain, and then Joe Biden won this district by like 5 against Donald Trump. And of course, important to note, this is the governor's race. You'll see Jim Pillen barely won the district against Carol Blood, who she lost by like, I don't know how many votes, like 30. Like she got 0.1% better. But yeah, it does. The race is tightening in said Nebraska second. It's not the Republican stronghold we used to know. It's definitely gotten more said liberal thanks to Omaha. And district wise, you'll see. Let's see. It does include second. It does include 3 counties, and that's of course Douglas County, right up here, and that's the county that realistically, yeah, Harris is going to win because that holds Omaha, right? And Omaha, it's just the overall turnout in Omaha. Are the people going to go out and turn out in Omaha? That's the question. And then there is a county right here, and that county is going to be Sawn County. Sawn. Wait, no, not Saunders County. Right over here. Okay? And this county, not really that much people, actually. It's just around 23,000 people. And you'll see that's nothing compared to Douglas County, which has, let's see, 584,526 people. That's a lot of people. That's thanks to Omaha. But what about the county below here? there's Sarpy County, and Sarpy actually is going to be the possibility and how Republicans could possibly win this district. It is a populated county of 190,000 people and a Republican stronghold. Well, not really a Republican stronghold. 54.4% for said Joe Biden. But the reason why Republicans won this district in 2016 is this county voted for Trump by 56%. That is huge. And same deal in 2012. Sure, yeah, it voted a landslide for McCain, but then again, we got to remember there were different districts, different boundaries. So people didn't really count just solely on Sarpy County. So, but in order to win this county, Sarpy County is a priority. Yes, should we campaign there? I'm not saying we should. Should Trump campaign in the Omaha district? Well, if we lose it, it's not game over, right? It's not game over if we lose this district. Oh, boo hoo, we lose this district, then that doesn't really affect our outcome to our pathway to victory. We also got to remember that this district voted for Joe Biden by over 5 points. And usually, what I used to think and like to say is any district or any state or contest that seems to be voting in a period of over 5 points, it's kind of game over. It's not really worth wasting your time on that. So I'm like, well, you know what? Let's just pass it up. And then again, the more you'll see, the more this race has seemed to expand here, the more each candidate has an easier way, a different pathway to victory. I accidentally put this here. There we go. But anyway, what do you guys think in regards to our video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.